College basketball comes your way from Nassau in the Bahamas. We welcome you to the Continental Tire Bahamas Championship as we lift the lid off this event with a ranked-on-ranked matchup. The number 13 Baylor Bears take on the number 20.
The third former Kentucky head coach. They played Calipari early in the season, then they played Gillespie at Tarleton State, and now they're playing Rick Pitino, all former Kentucky coaches.
Don Daly, Lamar Simpson, Lucas Santos, your officials tonight. As the Bears have the first possession, Edgecombe left alone. It bangs off the heel. Here comes Smith for St. John's. Baylor one and done on their first possession. Johnny's fresh off a victory at Madison Square Garden against New Mexico on Sunday afternoon before they took the chartered plane down about a 2.5-hour ride to Nassau a couple of nights ago.
They are a little matchup zone to start the game. Late in the shot clock, they may switch it to man-to-man.
Bounce pass. Luis slipped and stepped out of bounds. The best four-team pie that BD Global has been able to put together here in the Continental Tire Bahamar Championship.
Staying in that 1-3-1 zone.
Wilcher skips it. Smith lets it fly and lifts the lid off. St. John's did not shoot it all that well last time against New Mexico from the perimeter. 4 of 18. Here's a steal for Smith. A 3-on-1, and he missed it, but the putback for Ejiofor rolls through.
That might have been a goaltend. That ball might have been on the think most times guards are going to get the triple-double, but he has a real knack for getting the ball on the boards.
Johnny's have the first 5, and the lob is taken away by Luis. St. John's on the move again. Oh, my. Since 1989.
I was a little surprised when I saw that. You'd think a shorter period than that.
This is Jeremy Roach working late into the clock. Gets a step and scores off the glass.
Yeah.
Hasn't played since March 9th last season. 11 points per game a year ago was an all Big 12 honorable mention selection. See how limited his minutes are tonight in his season debut. Ejiofor through the contact and headed to the free throw line for 2.
I can't just get 3 to 4 hours of sleep anymore. I have to focus money to help pay for students' tuition at the school he once attended.
Checking out a lot of Baylor Bears basketball this season with their eyes on a potential franchise-changing piece. That is the freshman VJ Edgecombe. Bears a sluggish start on this end, 1 for 7. Wright fires a 3, and that'll help.
Yeah, just a
figures all 4 games to open his college career. Baylor knocked down 15 trays last time against Tarleton. Kadari Richmond from the outside has the response for St. John's.
Yeah, that's kind
of the corner. A second effort here for the Bears. Wright picked up by Wilcher. Love across the floor to Roach. Into the paint, and a finger roll settles in.
Boy, Smith, the small guard for St. John's, just about blocked that. Showing some good hops there, standing only 6 foot tall, but well above the rim.
Back-to-back buckets on consecutive possessions for Baylor. Ejiofor got the low post position and finishes off the glass.
Yeah, that's the pass.
His second season with Rick Pitino at St. John's. Love out of the shot fake. Omier out of the shot fake, and he lays it in.
Great body control. That player cut in front of him. He lost balance just for a split second, but able to regain it and still finish at the basket.
Wilcher lines up a 3 and connects.
St. John's doing an excellent job right now moving the basketball.
Much better from the perimeter than they did Sunday at home in the Pitino matchup at Madison Square Garden against New Mexico. Wright lobs it in. Omier catches and scores.
Baylor starting
a bit of a rhythm. They've connected on their last 3 from the field, but as has St. John's. Richmond underneath the free throw line as it knocked away and stolen. Wright leads the break and lays it in.
Excellent job using his body that time to protect the basketball. Smith was up high again trying to block it.
Now, points off turnovers for Baylor, had 46 of those against Billy Gillespie as Ejiofor skies for the flush.
Executing on their offensive end as well.
Vince Iwuchukwu transfer from USC, along with Aaron Scott and Dunlap checking in for St. John's. And there's Iwu Chukwu, the 7.
Picker is just slipping to the basket and makes some real nice passes for some easy looks.
Edgecombe back in the game, dishes to Wright, and he buries his second tray.
Yeah, Wright's giving a good boost off the bench.
8 early points for Robert Wright, who was on an undefeated Montverde Academy team at a high school. And while he's brought the scoring punch tonight, Scott Drew very complimentary of what he's brought defensively since arriving on campus. Dunlap gets free and knocks down the triple.
Did an excellent job that time not rushing the shot. He showed a little ball fake for the shot fake to get the defender in the air, reset his feet, got good balance, and knocked it down.
He had 5 trays in a game earlier this month against Quinnipiac. In his second season under Rick Pitino at St. John's. Nunn switches hands and scores.
Close, and so it's got a good background. You feel like it's a shooter's gym.
Now these guys know how to put on some big-time ballroom hoops. Iwu Chukwu couldn't get it this time, but the putback's there for Kadari Richmond.
Now Richmond, again, very versatile player.
In this game, 10 of their first 15, 4 of those makes from three-point territory. See if Baylor can do anything with this second chance. Nunn passes up on the 3. O'Meara baseline through the contact and fouled hard by Aaron Scott. Came an eyelash away from averaging a double-double.
Ran track and field, volleyball, handball, did all the things, but just imagination. He's already a champion just playing college basketball. I'm so proud of him.
As St. John's leads by 7. Scott connects from the outside.
St. John's doing a good job recognizing him.
See if they can take St. John's out of rhythm. 11 of their first 16. An easy adjustment, it appears, for St. John's playing in this ballroom. Dunlap connects again. His second corner pocket 3.
St. John's 4 of the 5 players on the floor.
He's come off the bench and delivered with 6 early points. Another steal for Richmond. Bounce pass ahead, and it's Prey. He powers it down.
Prey's a really good-looking freshman. He's from Portugal, has some international experience.
Pair of double-doubles this year at 17 last season with the Miami Hurricanes. Roach, the Duke transfer. O'Meara gives it back to him. Roach operating downhill, and a late whistle.
Yeah, there's no doubt they have a lot of talent on the roster, but that's what we're seeing with that transfer.
Career best 14 points per game on a Duke squad. For Zuby Ejiofor.
Yeah, St. John's doing an excellent job of collapsing when the ball goes by, so it's not just all the way to the rim to give you some help or getting a block.
Lewis cashes in.
Again, good ball movement. Dunlap passing it around the perimeter with Lewis. So you got to go to the basket if you're going. Grab yourself with 2 feet, gather your balance, and go strong. Make the official call the foul if there is contact.
Here comes Zuby with another high-flying finish.
Baylor not doing a good job of.
Edgecombe with a monster swat as he sends Ejiofor to the floor. Zuby wanted to whistle there, his first miss. And now Roach attacks. Swings it out. Robert Wright on target.
Good kick by Roach. The answer, I guess, to that is you can be a great shooter, but if you don't get any open shots, it's hard to make them.
Lewis with a hand in his face.
St. John's
That's the
defense.
8th triple for St. John's.
Yeah, St. John's defense has just been outstanding, but Lewis, like I said, he just goes with the flow of the game. He's kind of relaxed out there. At that time, had the open shot, knew the shot clock was working its way down, knocked it down.
Roach stops at the free throw line, finds Nunn, and he cashes in from the outside.
Help, then kick it out for a better look from the three-point line. I think that's what Baylor's kind of doing. They're trying to do too much by themselves right now, as opposed to working together.
Here comes Smith along the baseline, and he sets up Ejiofor for 2.
Oh, 7.
You can hear the rains of Zoo come down from the St. John's faithful that made the trip down to Nassau. Celestine knocks down the 3.
Yeah, he's got
to his home country. One of the more electric prospects Baylor's had in recent memory. 3 seconds separate the big clock and the small clock.
We talked about Lewis being an all-around player. Best scorer. He's out there hounding Edgecombe.
How about that?
Watch his feet. See how high off the ground they are. His feet.
Celestine will trigger in. Lobs to O'Meara. Quick touch. And time runs out. They'll let him play. Smith heaves it off 1 foot. Oh, almost put it in.
Almost.
That would have been an appropriate finish.
The biggest takeaway for us is to continue to eliminate the three-point shot from this Baylor team and keep our pace going.
Well, Zuby Ejiofor has been playing with a good pace since this thing started.
Yeah, if he can get that going, it's really going to be trouble for St. John's opponents because you're kind of old school there, throwing it down the low post, and the defense didn't react. They didn't take it away by doubling, just let him go one-on-one. He scored.
And Ejiofor altering that shot from Edgecombe. Here comes Kadari Richmond missing. Ejiofor on the offense.
They need to take their time, work the ball down the low post, kind of old.
Team captains before the season started.
And I say that
Baylor 3 for 4. See if those numbers tick up a bit. The final 18.5 minutes. Nunn with a patient step through. Ojanwana out to Roach, and he buries the three.
And that was kind of the action there. He got it to low post, he kicked it out. Maybe a better look if you'd have given one more pass, but did get that shot to go down.
So Baylor, a 6th three-point make tonight. St. John's by a baker's dozen in the Bahamas. Ejiofor fouled again. 2 more free throws for the junior.
6'6", he can kind of see over some of those smaller guards. Kind of gave a look away like he was.
The junior from Garland, Texas, a year under Bill Self. Now cup. Nunn sneaks inside, feeds it to O'Meara for the reverse.
Yeah, and that's where O'Meara can really be successful.
And he missed everything. O'Meara can handle it. He goes coast to coast. Count it. And a foul.
Again, O'Meara showing his ball handling abilities. Wants to play a little bit more out on the floor. And you see the statue waiting on the offensive player to run over you. And he's on the, or was on the rules committee. I'm not sure he still is, but he has a big impact on those things.
Oh, the Baylor fans have been given something to cheer about. O'Meara into double figures with 10. The lead down to single digits. Lewis finds Smith. Baseline 2. Book it.
Smith has been kind of quiet offensively, but showing that experience. Hits a big shot there. Stop that run by Baylor.
Second field goal for Smith. Roach with the crossover and the layup.
Well, Roach, nice offense.
Ejiofor clears.
He didn't have a chance to get his feet set that time. It was a good kick, but just didn't get balance for the shot.
There's Kadari Richmond probing downhill. Left it short. Second chance around the world and down.
This team have come here and did this for us, and of course this is quite an economic boost for us.
Now you're going to have to find a way to get more and more seats in here every year, it appears.
Certainly, we are talking now with Bama. Great it for himself and his company, but he's been quite an inspiration for our young people. He's been holding camps. He's involved the local community very much in what he's doing. And so, from that,
dozen for St. John's. Obviously, a ton of St. John's and Baylor and Tennessee and Virginia fans are here. But this resort, it is top-notch. I think fans of any college basketball team would be lucky to come on here. And maybe VJ Edgecombe just needed to get you.
Our people, first of all, they are generally warm, welcoming. And of course, we have made it a priority, my government, of course, made it a priority to help this initiative, what we call Sports in Paradise. And so we have been supporting.
Ejiofor continues to get just about everything he wants in the low posts. Edgecombe out of the shot fake. Roach tried to knife inside. Now O'Meara late in the clock, corkscrews downhill and muscles it in off the glass. How about
the infusion into our economy by having sporting events like this, the exposure it gives to my young people, because even though they're here, they go out into the community, they do
you can say that.
And
the free throw line for Baylor, just use that muscle on the interior.
I like the big guys.
I like the big to have, Hall of Famers like Rick Pitino, Rick
I
Barnes
see
here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just kind of surreal to be standing this far away from some of the all-time greats in college basketball. Oh, Scott got the low post positioning around Love and lays it in. Amazing tourist destination for everybody that wants to take a trip down to the Bahamas. As Nunn misfires from straight on. He'll try one more time. This one's pure.
Good.
St. John's not going to the defensive glass, and Baylor crashing it to get those extra looks.
Richmond crosses over, and a lot of contact on that. As many as 18 for St. John's in that opening half. Richmond
Right there.
Kadari Richmond from Syracuse to Seton Hall.
Given a film of Joel Embiid's shot, because it's pretty simple, just straight up to the basket to Lewis, and he looked at it and worked on his shot, and it's really knocked down. Now, I almost asked him if he had shown it to Richmond, but he didn't have time to.
Jalen Celestine connects on his second downtown hit. Baylor's within 5.
And again, that's set up by the drive to collapse the defense, gave him a wide open look.
Dunlap, quick trigger, couldn't get it. Here comes Jaden Nunn with a chance to make this a one-possession game. Nunn into Ojanwana for the jam.
Mismatch against Dunlap, just didn't get the shot to go.
Wiltshire turns around, left it short. Ejiofor on the offensive glass.
One of the reasons Ejiofor is having 57% on the season.
St. John's has led wire to wire in this game, but the lead not so comfortable as it once was. Celestine around the screen. That's his third tray. Take some time off.
You said count him down. I want to play another 20 minutes. What are you talking about?
That's a blocking foul, and Norchad O'Meara, who's got a team-high 16 for Baylor, will have a 7, a game that hasn't featured too many shots.
Do the things you've been doing to get back in this game, because a lot of times you see a team.
Good size off the bench for Rick Pitino. Richmond finds Scott. Rhythm 3 on target.
We got to give the fan here sitting to our right credit for that shot. He was counting down the shot clock. I don't think they were aware of it until they heard him and they looked up there and got the shot off quickly.
First triple of the second half for St. John's. Wright kicks it. Edgecombe sidestep. Back to Wright. That's a 3. It's good.
Those easy shots to the basket, but 2 offensively execute a little bit better, be patient, and get a good look. They're getting some attempts if they take their time and move the ball just like that possession. They worked it, looked inside, it wasn't there, kicked it back out top, and Scott knocked down the 3.
Aaron Scott has hit 3 of those tonight. Big make for the Johnnies to stretch this lead to 4. Edgecombe glides inside. O'Meara, that's what he's been doing the entire second half. Oh, yeah. Got plenty of drama all of a sudden. Richmond across the floor. Scott tees up a 3 and hits again.
Back-to-back, huge 3.
We'll put 20 on the timer for St. John's after the reach-in foul. Running the offense down the stretch through Richmond to find Scott. He's been the 3-team last time against New Mexico. He's got 14 right now. Of the nation's original citizens. Celestine lets it fly. This one misses off the heel. Ejiofor had it for a moment. Edgecombe takes it back and misses the layup. And a foul underneath. 2 seasons at VCU, his second. 1 for 2, but O'Meara will give Baylor a chance for a bigger possession. Roach to the bucket. Out to Celestine for 3. It's good.
Good penetrating kick. Celestine had time to get set.
A 4-point trip, and now Celestine grabs the loose ball inside. He's fouled. So they steal the inbound. Free throws here. Last year is 4 for 5 from out there tonight.
This would be their 6th point in 18 seconds as he knocks it down.
First time Baylor is pulled even. Trailed by as many as 18 in the opening 20. Ejiofor. Boy, Baylor thought they had a clean rip. Instead, it's the 7th foul on Baylor. And Ejiofor calmly splashes in the first.
I like what he does. It takes his time, kind of goes through his routine. That time a little faster player to knock that ball loose.
Extra possessions, big reason for this comeback. O'Meara snags the loose ball. Nunn steps into a jump shot. Baylor has its first lead tonight.
Great body control that time. Pulling up, knowing if he went to the rim, he was going to get hammered, so he just took his time, pulled up. Jaden Nunn.
Well, you keep giving a team like Baylor second chance after second. This is a veteran Johnny's team. See how they bounce back after watching Baylor take its first lead tonight. It is crunch time in the Bahamas. Richmond inside the arc, hangs and misses, but he was fouled. Kadari Richmond.
You can see it's not smooth hippers before it goes forward. Got that one to go though.
74 is on the board, just shy of 2 minutes.
Got to take care of the ball, work to get the best shot you can.
Jeremy Roach, the transfer from Duke, at the controls. On a night where VJ Edgecombe has been a shell of what he's shown his first 4 games in a Baylor uniform. Celestine gets it to Roach in the corner. Shot clock in single digits. He'll step back for 3. It's good. Jeremy Roach, clutch bucket. Baylor by 3.
Well, St. John's did everything they could defensively. They were in good position, contested the shot. He just made a tough shot, knocked it down.
Richmond bounces to Ejiofor. Nunn picked his pocket. A minute 25 to play.
Baylor's going to use some clock now, wind it down to about 12 before they start.
Baylor at 51% in the second half from the field. Nunn eyeing the shot clock. It dwindles down to 5. Free throw line jump shot. Deadens off the back iron, and Richmond has the miss. Baseball pass. Lewis, Euro step, and he draws a foul.
So they don't get 1 and then an and 2 for a 3-point play.
Line 8 of 15 as a team.
Short. Yep.
Missed the roof scraper. Ball's loose. Smith had it for a moment. Possession arrow points the way of Baylor. If this is
the ball in their hands quite a bit, but if O'Meara gets open in the low post, I'm okay with throwing it to him there if I'm one of their guards, because he's so strong.
The inbound to the freshman Edgecombe. Both squads with 1 timeout remaining. Tennessee and Virginia next here in Nassau. Roach crossing blades with Wilcher. Scott picks up the freshman Edgecombe.
Lot of confidence by the freshman.
The freshman from the Bahamas. Teardrop too strong. Ejiofor to the floor. O'Meara had it for a moment. And last touched by St. John's. Obviously, just 1 for 9 from the field. But the guys around him have taken care of business this second half. O'Meara has it. Quick handoff to Jeremy Roach. And Wilcher commits the foul with 17.6. Rick Pitino not happy at all with this officiating crew.
Well, I don't know if
what's that, like 80%?
Nope.
Pops out. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Ejiofor clears. St. John's can tie with the 2. Take a late lead with the 3. It's Richmond operating downhill. Teardrop. It's good. Kadari Richmond, one of the co-captains here for
only 2 of 6 for the year, and they missed a couple here tonight, I think. But just a good drive. So you want to pack your defense in, but to his.
On a bounce pass to Jeremy Roach. Time winding down with 4 seconds, with 3, with 2. Nunn, touch pass. Edgecombe for the win. No good. Overtime in the Bahamas. The freshman from nearby Bimini had a chance to win it as time expired. This freshman, the likely lottery pick, but it horseshoed off the cylinder and will play at least 5 more minutes. 13 and 22 matching up in the 3rd week of the college basketball season. Kadari Richmond had the floater to pull St. John's even with 7 seconds left, and Edgecombe misfired from the corner with a chance to win it. Roach, well, he thought about it. Nunn picked up by Smith. Into O'Meara. The right-hand hook settles in. Good knifing through the defense. Edgecombe finds Roach in the corner. Down the baseline. It bounces in.
You know, I think he started to go reverse to the opposite side, but then saw the opening and with that excellent body control, put it up on the glass. Good touch.
First 4 points of overtime belong to Baylor. This is their largest lead tonight. Scott underneath, Ejiofor. And O'Meara whistled for the foul, his third. Zuby Ejiofor, who's in that category much of the night.
Yep.
Career looking for help. Roach fires a long-range three, and he missed it too strong. It ricochets back to Nunn. He'll take it downhill, blocked from behind by Smith.
Smith is unbelievable.
Attempts here. St. John's with a double bonus the rest of the way.
And then the drive to the basket. 2 big free throws there.
81's on the board. 2:20 left in the extra session. Not Edgecombe, but Robert Wright at the controls of this Baylor offense in crunch time of this overtime game. O'Meara puts it on the deck, hangs, and it bounces out. Gets it back, and he puts it in, plus the foul. Here from Nicaragua. 3-point lead for Baylor. 24 for O'Meara. Edgecombe is back in the game for Scott Drew. Smith races around Nunn, and he rips it away.
That's a tough play. That looked like a foul.
Edgecombe skies for the flush. And he's limping again. Bahamas. Good chance you'll see him as a lottery pick next year in the NBA draft.
Bears just showing a little token full court pressure.
Richmond with a step, and he scores off the glass.
And that's the difference. Richmond is big and strong enough that he can go to the basket, and they're not going to take the ball out of his hands, whereas Smith, a little bit smaller, not quite as strong. Like I said, probably got fouled, but they were able to knock it loose.
Richmond walking around a bit gingerly. He's got 11 points tonight. He's had the big buckets in crunch time, as has Jeremy Roach for Baylor. Nunn clears the area. Spins around. Edgecombe with 3 to shoot. Corkscrews, hangs, missed it. Ejiofor the rebound inside of a minute as Richmond limps into the front court for St. John's.
Kind of grimacing as he dribbles.
Boy, and he's very fortunate that caught a sneaker. Still got another one to bring you here from Baha Mar. Tennessee, Virginia, whenever this one wraps up. Richmond picked up by Roach. Crosses over.
Ooh.
2 free throws for.
With a double team if they wanted to.
Now run it through Richmond again. Ejiofor comes high to set the screen. Richmond stumbles and he's fouled. Right back to the free throw line where he just split a pair.
BD Global decided to not have a day off in between.
This time he ties it at. Baylor has 2 timeouts. Jeremy Roach into the front court for Scott Drew's Bears.
Gonna go for 1.
They had a similar opportunity at the end of regulation. Edgecombe misfired from the corner. Roach picked up by Richmond. Down to 5 seconds. Roach behind his back with 3, with 2. Jump shot for the lead, and he missed everything. Double overtime in the Bahamas. Resort destination, and now unbelievable basketball between a pair of ranked teams. Smith with the quick bucket to light the lamp here in double overtime.
Oh, that was a bad mistake by Baylor because O'Meara controlled that tip. To give Smith credit too. Again, his speed showing up to get to that ball and finish.
Davon Smith with the bucket for St. John's. Second chance, and that's B.J. Edgecombe pulling Baylor even.
It's a good foul. Got up real high on that offensive board. Rick Pitino can't be happy about that, giving up his second shot again. Baylor
has been dominant on the offensive glass tonight. Corner tray, large takes from three-point territory. 16 for R.J. Lewis. Right downhill, scoop shot off the glass and in.
Well, the right plays with a lot of confidence as well. Going against some
Overtime for St. John's. O'Meara couldn't wrap it in. Rebound Scott.
St. John's with a quick adjustment because before it wasn't on.
That's a deep three. Aaron Scott has lived behind the three-point line tonight. His 5th triple.
Yeah, that last possession, O'Meara had a mismatch, but St. John's able to switch over to get big on big.
Right, bumped by Lewis at the free throw line. And a couple of free throws on double figures, all 5 of Baylor's games this season. But sinks the second. Barely grazes the iron.
He's really hobbling, running up and down the floor, too.
And a reach-in foul on Simeon Wilcher will put the veteran 4 seasons at Duke. Now close. One for 2. Lewis clears.
Matchup zone.
Ejiofor up top. Scott across the floor. Smith, extra pass. Wilcher buries the 3.
You know, I told the story earlier about Coach Pitino giving a film. I think it was DeWelcher. I think I said Lewis, which is wrong. But that's a good-looking shot. Got plenty of balance, good form, follow through.
None picked up by Lewis. And a reach-in foul.
Yeah.
Much to the chagrin of left.
Sure. Interesting.
Baylor not connecting on the freebies here in double overtime. St. John's by 4 inside of 2 minutes.
That's really been the difference. Richmond made the big free throws, and Baylor's going about 50% on the big free throws.
Ejiofor recovers in the backcourt. The big man handling it. Wilcher with 5 to shoot. Lewis for 3. Short.
Good kick, though.
Rebound O'Meara. Edgecombe still in the game, but still hobbling for Baylor. Right. Leans in. Missed it off the side of the iron, and a foul called as O'Meara was converging last year at Miami. And another free throw miss for Baylor. O'Meara misses both. Fatigue starting to set in?
I think so. I mean, this early in the season, you're not used to playing this long, this hard, with this intensity. But how many times in the game do you see a team that misses the free throws, ends up the wrong side of the score?
St. John's is in the driver's seat. Wilcher into Ejiofor between his wickets. A steal for Wright. Smith pokes it back. The veteran Davon Smith with the deflection. Ejiofor to the bucket. O'Meara blocks the shot, and it's out of bounds off Zuby. Robert Wright knifing through and rejected by Ejiofor.
Cuts just aren't as sharp, and the picks aren't as solid, seems like, on those out-of-bounds plays.
Jeremy Roach to the baseline. O'Meara lines up a 3. It's short. A rebound for Smith, and Edgecombe fouls him with 18.7.
Wanted to get it to overtime. It's been a heck of a game.
Davon Smith, the type of guy he is.
Now, if you're St. John's, you don't want to foul. You want to try to make them use as much clock as possible, but do not foul to let them score and the clock stop. Baylor's got to go strong in the basket. You don't need a 3 right away. You can still go get a 2 and work it out.
O'Meara brings it up the floor. Scott Drew stops the clock.
Right now.
Jaden Nunn gets it into O'Meara. The handoff to Roach. Bobbling the basketball down to 10 seconds. Edgecombe with 8 has to hoist a contested 3,
wow,
and he pokes it in.
St. John's did an excellent job making the Bears go side to side.
Empty backfield, a wide 2-by-2 set for R.J. Lewis. The quarterback for St. John's. In the pocket. Delivers over the middle.
Wow.
And after a couple of seconds of contact, the whistle finally comes with 4.1.
Maybe we...
First one pops out.
In that court and call a time.
Ejiofor is second. Off the front rim. O'Meara has it with 2. Roach for the win. It's good!
Oh, man. Can you believe that?
Jeremy Roach has won it for the Baylor Bears. A buzzer beater in the Bahamas.
Use a little bit more clock, but what a shot.
That is out of his hands.
I mean, Smith is, look how high he is trying to block that one. Just
an incredible finish.
Yeah.
A stunner in Nassau from 18 down in the first half. 5 down in double overtime. And off back-to-back free throw misses. The graduate transfer from Duke